two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one. What's going down? That truth is in the building, man. What's the word? Uh, yeah, I'm about 3 minutes late. It's cool. I'm a little bit on time. Seem like every time I be trying to like start like on time. Like soon as I try to, something to happen, and then I gotta look for something. You know what I mean? Like at the last minute, man. So I don't know. Black History Month, Black Excellence. Black people is always late. That's crazy. And that's basically a stereotype. So I'm just joking. But what's going down with everybody? Let me check. All right, we got some people on deck already. I'm gonna get to my chats. Man, long weekend, long week. Uh, about a week away from my birthday. About 50 plus. Thanks to for all the shout outs, man. I was just doing that video because I was at my cousin's her little birthday bash. It was her sweet 16, and she had that big dope chair, and I took a picture in the chair, and so it was sort of just like saying, my birthday is coming up. So I mean, if you'd have listened to the words, that's what I was saying. Feel it coming in the air, and so 50 is a big deal. You dig what I'm saying? Number one, because it's a milestone. You know, shout out to Cowboy the Great. That's my cousin. We just jumped back in tune with each other, and shout out to Lil Ronnie, my peoples and them from 16th Street, Crew Life. Cause I came front. There was times like when we was on the block, like we was in the neighborhood, where you didn't know if you was gonna make it to be 25. You know what I mean? That's exactly how dangerous the block was. You know what I mean? One time I'm gonna have to get them on here so we could just talk about it. Like especially like when the Bloods had came to town and they kept shooting up the block. You know what I mean? They used to send like dope fiends through there to see how many people was on the block, and they used to come through there and they used to shoot up the block. And but it used to be so many times, man, where we done lost like so many guys. You dig what I'm saying? Like my dudes that was next door to me, and Smooth, you know, Big Don is still here. I think JR is still here. But like we lost like so many guys. Like so many guys from the neighborhood, man, we lost. You know what I mean? And I remember like one year it was like back to back, like every other month or something. It was like one of the guys from the neighborhood died. And so, if anybody, some of my guys that's from the shy or something like that, around here in the Quad Cities, we don't really see death that dominant where it's like it's bad. But I said all of that to say this, like in that, I seen some deaths. I'm talking about. I done seen them like back to back deaths, like crazy deaths, like get your brains blowed out deaths, like you dig what I'm saying. And it's not nothing that I'm bragging on, but I'm saying that thank God that if he wakes me up next Monday on March the 4th, I'll be a 50 ball. You know what I mean? And it's so big. The number is so big itself, you know what I mean? Because there's so much that comes to 50. We could talk about the year Jubilee. We can just talk about the milestone. When some people make it to 50 years of marriage, my uncle Bus and my auntie May, they made it to 50 years of marriage. Hey, what's up, Ed? And they made it to like 50 years of marriage, and man, and so, they threw their golden anniversary. And so, any as well as anybody else that celebrated their 50, man, that's a big deal. One of the things is you on the other side of the fence now. You dig what I'm saying? And so when you jump into that 50 ball, you dig what I'm saying? Everything from that point on has got to count. You dig what I'm saying? And it should be counting now. We was kind of reckless when we was growing up. And so we wasn't studying like no credit or no nothing like, man, wasn't nobody thinking about, your credit score. You dig what I'm saying? Or trying to be on point with your bills and your taxes, or working a job because you need that job, credentials to say, okay, I've been on this job for more than like 2 years. And so people loan you money according to that. You dig what I'm saying? And so, like I said, as when I came home from the joint, I did try to get myself together. I really did try to make sure that, when I touched down, I was gonna give it everything I had, man. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I did hit the ground running. And all the grace has got to be given to God. You know what I mean? Because I dreamed about it for like 15 years in a box. I dreamed about certain moves that I was making, things that I would do. And now that I'm out here, I superseded some of my expectations. I ain't seen everything that I wanted to see. Like I seen $1 million. I see myself as a millionaire. And so I'm speaking that into existence. I'm not stopping until I hit the 7 figure, 8 figures, 9 figures if he bless me with that. Because that's only going to allow me to bless other people. So I'm not saying I just want to be rich and stuff like that. I mean, I ain't gotta have too much of nothing in my pocket, but I'm gonna stay fly. You dig what I'm saying? That's not gonna stop. You dig what I'm saying? And if anybody keep wondering, like, why you keep rocking these scarves, man? You know what I mean? I feel like Pac, like the juice. You dig what I'm saying? Jeezy used to wear them. The Hot Boys used to wear them. The soldier rags. It was called soldier rags, and so um, I just do stuff that I don't see other people doing. You dig what I'm saying? So, what can make my outfit pop, and what would just kind of like separate, my Air Force Ones or what I do from anything somebody else is doing? That's it. I've always been into hip hop. And even before that, breakdancer back in the days when me and Lizzie was doing our thing, back when we was with the River City Rockers with Tupu and them down at David and Joy's, we had the little vest. We used to wear the soldier rags then. So I've been rocking these rags ever since I was a kid with the curl. You dig what I'm saying? I've been having the soldier rags ever since I had the curl. So it's always been a part of my life. This shit didn't just start now. So don't be trying to, trip. Yeah, I feel a few haters. This nigga grown and stuff. He's still walking around with a rag on his head. Listen, bro, let me do my thing. You do your thing and let me do my thing. You dig? Turn up for Christ and burn up for love. That's the problem with the world. Everybody got so much of an opinion on what everybody else is doing, and you just got to do you. You got to stay in your own lane. You got to do what works for you and what makes you happy. Because if you live in your life to make somebody else happy, and that's mainly people who always got something to say about somebody else, it's because you scared of what people gonna think about you and what you doing. So you always trying to, oh man, they crazy for doing this and that. He too old to be doing that. Man, listen, if you live your life and do what's best for you and do the most that you can do for yourself to make yourself, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you got to be happy with you. You dig what I'm saying? When I lay down in the bed, it's bare. You dig what I'm saying? It's me. When I look in the mirror every morning, it's me. I gotta be happy with the moves I make. When I pray to God, I ask Him. You know what I mean? To let me be the best you that you want me to be for you. As long as I'm living for the kingdom and I'm trying to do things to represent God. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's perfect. Like the scarf and all of this is representing God, but I'm saying I keep that in the forefront of my head of when I'm living my life. Like when I'm walking and I'm making moves and I'm doing things, how can I represent, uh, Christ? I had a brother that was down in the barbershop today. You dig what I'm saying? And we was chopping it up. And he kept on telling me, like, man, I've been trying to get up with you for like a while. He was like, since the last time you would cut me up, man, he was like, I've been trying to get with you. And then sometimes when you like a barber, man, and you get like people in a chair, um, sometimes you just have a conversation and it feels like, okay, God, you place these people in my life. And so I'm saying all of this stuff that I'm saying about being yourself and living you and being you, because as we're talking, you know what I mean? Come to find out the things that I like to do in life, like with this music, I downloaded all this music software in my computer and don't know how to work it. And so y'all know that I do music, but I just ain't been recording. I don't have the time to go over to other people's stuff and to do a lot of other different things. And so I've been trying to get my little studio together. And come to find out, this dude right here, he played me some songs that he mixed down, and now he got all the knowledge and everything. You dig what I'm saying? To put my studio in the place to be. So he gonna help me build my booth. He gonna show me how to mix down and how to record all my stuff. Hey, Auntie Diane, what's going down? I seen little Tommy on Instagram and stuff like that. Everything is cool. How y'all doing? Lisa Love, what's going down? She says, start by fearing God and commitment with His teachings and laws and His books. Let me see what Lisa just said. Start by fearing God and commitment with His teachings and His laws and His books in the Bible. You couldn't throw a stone at me. Lisa been educated with the book and heads held high. My black excellence. I can understand that. That makes a lot of sense, Lisa. So I'm gonna leave that there because we're gonna get into that. So while we on that note, but okay, back to the story. Me and this guy, I'm cutting his hair now. This dude, he does all of this. You dig what I'm saying? And so like when I come back with God's will from doing my little thing for my birthday, um, he's going to sit down and we finna work this out. And so the music, I keep telling y'all it's coming. I've been telling y'all for 2 years. So in the process, a lot of songs has been made, a lot of ideas of which way I want to go with it. I had this little big idea that I wanted to try to get behind these guys that was super talented and try this management thing and maybe try like a little label and do this and that. And it ain't working. So we ain't finna keep, you know what I mean, trying to mess with that. What I'm finna do is I'm finna go ahead and just, you know what I mean, just do some cool music, and then I'm gonna let y'all be the judge of it. You dig what I'm saying? If it's cool, if it sound good, it don't. I mean, it sound good to me to me already. I'm my biggest fan, and so as long as God give me the creativity, I make beats. I'm always writing. You dig what I'm saying? I got some dope poems that I'm working on. I got some dope songs that I'm working on. If anybody sing and you need somebody to write some stuff for you, holla at me. If I hear your voice, I can write for you. So what am I saying? Let me wrap this up and let's get on to black excellence versus black ignorance. What I'm saying is, be you, live for you. Don't worry about what other people is gonna think about you or what they're gonna say about you. You too old to be doing this and that, or you this and you that. I pick with my daughters all the time about their little partying and stuff like that. And I used to party, so I hope they know that it's all jokes. You dig what I'm saying? It's jokes. And one thing about my daughters is that they beautiful, and then they both got that hustle in them. And so I love my daughters to death, and I'm super duper proud of them. You dig what I'm saying? Even my son too. He be going through his little challenges and stuff like that. But man, my kids, it's a beautiful thing just to see them and that they talent and stuff like that. And so I love the way they dress. I love the way that they act, their personalities and whatever. If I can give them some love to try to help them tighten up so they don't go through a lot of the S that I went through, then I would. But right now, like Nubia gonna have to learn on her own. Nubia is a gang leader. She's a troublemaker. You dig what I'm saying? She laugh all the time, so you can't tell her nothing. You try to talk to her about something serious, and she laughing. So I'm done with it. You dig what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I mean, Nubia just gonna have to figure this out. But okay. So I was watching this video today, and I taped it and I shared it. So let me just see. Did it come over here? Because I didn't see it. Oh yeah, it's here. And so uh this is the last week of Black History Month. I wish I could have caught the first 2 weeks, but man, I was going back and forth to shifts. They were switching me on shifts, and I couldn't get to sleep, and I couldn't get it right. Then they forced us in on one of the Sundays, so I couldn't get it. And so Black History Month, man, let's not just use a month and try to make it seem like, all right, we should celebrate us and we should be us. No, we should celebrate us every single day. You know what I mean? And really, my motto is celebrate God. Keep God first place, because when you keep God first place, any and everything that you're supposed to be, you dig what I'm saying? He gonna work it out. You dig what I'm saying? He gonna always work it out. And so that don't matter whether you black, you white, you brown, or whatever. But for the purpose of Black History Month, I was trying to tell y'all, like, man, like everybody always be like, all right, so why is it a big deal that y'all got to do the Black History Month, and why y'all got to always say this, and why y'all got to always talk about this? It's because of this right here. Um, you got different races that has been treated wrong. You know what I mean? The Jews in the Holocaust. You could talk about that, but you see how the Jews are compensated when they come to America. Do you see how they roll out the red carpet and how they show so much love to them? But they don't even want to go back and, you know what I mean, really rebuild the Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, or find them people who parents and ancestors owned all of these black businesses. And man, you dig what I'm saying? Hit these people hit these people back from what they people had, and because y'all got mad about some little incident in the elevator, y'all went through and y'all just wiped out blocks and blocks of black businesses. Not only that, I heard in California that they trying to start this little thing where they figuring out where they want to try to reimburse black people like money for slavery and stuff like that. And it's just like, you allow Chinese people, you allow so many like foreigners, exchange students to come over here, so many different races, Arab people to come over here and live tax free. You know what I mean? Koreans and stuff like that, for what you did, at Hiroshima with the bombing. You let all these people come over here and live tax free and build all these businesses, and here we are right here in this country, and we this country, and y'all won't look out for us. Owe us, man. America owe us. You dig what I'm saying? And so when we talk about black excellence versus black ignorance, a lot of the ignorance is because this is where you left us, and this is where we was at, put in a hellhole, and we had to fight out of it. As of today, do I condone it? No, because I think, a lot of us should know better. I think a lot of us got some chances, and a lot of us are blowing opportunities and chances. So we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show you this video. This is Dick Gregory. He made the one famous shake. You dig what I'm saying? And I want to say it's one of them slim types of shakes, like losing weight type shakes and stuff like that. But he dropped the gem on me today that I didn't necessarily know. I know like a lot of black stuff, so I done forgot some stuff that I might know. What's up, baby mama? Why'd you just have to just come here and just say hey? Okay, so that just means that you and Quincy watching. Tell Daynette and them I said what's up, and all of my peoples from Quincy. Ever since me and you don't go together no more, I don't go to Quincy no more. That's wrong. That's low down. Tell them people up there I said what's up. Bear Truth is in the building. All right, I play too much. Okay. Um let me show y'all this video and listen to what he said and tell me, did you know this to be true? And then we're gonna talk about black excellence versus black ignorance.
The biggest TV show out there. Thank you. It's called the Oscar. Oscar? Thank you. Why don't they tell us? 2 billion people look at the Oscars, but they don't tell you what it is. Two black brothers invented the movies. Came here and opened up Oscar Michelle. Huh? That's who invented movies. Huh? They will name it that, but they won't tell you why it's dark and look like you, or where did they get the name from. Somewhere. And so I just say to you, you have a power when you understand you got a power. You understand it. I don't have to tell you you are somebody. And the only reason I can tell you that is because you don't know how you got here.
Hey, that was dope. The biggest award show in this country, the Oscars. And look how many, we don't even receive Oscars for a lot of our movies. Jada Kiss wrote a song, Why? And remember, he says, why did Denzel have to be crooked before he took it? And then something like about Holly Berry, you know what I mean? What she had to do with Billy Bob Thornton in the one movie, Billy Bob Thornton clapping her from the back. You dig what I'm saying? She had to do a sex scene with him. You dig what I'm saying? And look at Raji P. Henson at the great body of work that this lady has done, and she's overlooked. Oprah won one, I think, for The Color Purple. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe her or Whoopi, somebody will win. But I mean, you can damn near count the Oscars. You dig what I'm saying? Harry Belafonte, like back in the day, I think maybe Sidney Poitier or somebody, you know what I mean? There's various people that won them. But at the end of the day, I'm saying, here it is, the best show, the biggest award show in this country. He just said it, like about 2 billion people watch the Oscars because you got filmmakers and producers from all over the world, and they know that when you do something here, you dig what I'm saying? Like that's one of the importance of those film festivals too. When they do those film festivals, these are people like film directors trying to break new movies and trying to do a lot of stuff. Now, when your name is like big, like you Spielberg or something like that, you don't have to go through a film festival. You drop, you have a release, and everybody know you coming. But these movie festivals, these is where people is coming through. And then the dreams and the hopes is to put your film out on the big screen, get people to watch it, and then the next thing you know, your main goal is to maybe win an Oscar one day. You dig what I'm saying? And so here it is. The Oscars is a Michelle, you know what I mean? Oscar Michelle. You know what I mean? A black person or two black people, he said. I'm not for sure if that was two people's name or it's just, you dig what I'm saying? Just one person that he was mentioning created movies, was the first two black people to create movies in the country. So now this is where you get movies from. And so you take Oscar and you make it into your show. And guess who you leave out? Us. You dig what I'm saying? And so what I was trying to say with the black excellence versus black ignorance, that's something that you need to know. You dig what I'm saying? Because on one level, here we are. they definitely want to holler at us when it comes to movies. You can't tell me Will Smith ain't profound. You can't tell me Denzel Smith ain't profound. Who go hard like Samuel L. Jackson? Come on, man. We got some actors out here that really, I'm talking about do they thing. And I'm talking about I could just sit back and just go, pound for pound, just giving you names of black actors and actresses that are dope. Angela Bassett, you dig what I'm saying? Uh the one sweetheart, she goes so hard. The dark skinned lady, and she's in everything. You dig what I'm saying? She's in everything. I got to give it up for Monique in the movie Precious, man. And all the different things that they was going through when they talking to them about Oprah and them, about these movies and stuff like that. But I said all of that to say this. Here we are so excellent over in this level right here. But then again, we ignorant to the fact that we are the ones who are responsible for the Oscars. This is our show. This is our thing. And so let's run through like a list of like black excellence, and then we're gonna go versus black ignorance and things that and so as we tie out this week and as we wrap up Black History Month, this is all I'm trying to say to you. This is it in a nutshell. Um, Number one, I'm just gonna say it when I get to black ignorance. I ain't gonna try to out talk it. Um, Black excellence. Number one, you have to you have to respect black sacrifice. It's so many people before you that sacrifice something for you to get to where you getting to. Because if you think about it, 400 and something years ago, everybody got grandmothers, grandfathers, and stuff, great that was slaves, that was picking cotton, that was whipped, that was beat, women that was raped, families that was split up, and you was given a slave master name, and that's your last name. That's where you got it from to this day. You dig what I'm saying? And so fast forward into 2024. Not picking on him. I love him to death, but it's my grandson. He has no idea of where he came from or what's going on out in the world. And a lot of that I blame on Noob, you know what I mean? Because Noob has spoiled him. And then where did Noob get the stuff from? She probably got it from me because, like, but when I was out here and she was going to school and stuff, it was like you got stuff according to how you acted in school. You dig what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Little homie just spoiled. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about him being spoiled. I'm just talking about his state of mind and his condition, as well as all the other kids his age and everybody that he go to school with. They don't have a clue of the sacrifices that people have made so that they can be afforded the gifts just to rock book bags and name brand shoes and clothes and to go to school and play basketball and to be up close and personal in the same room with like white kids. Now you might think like, oh come on, Bear, that's far fetched because we went to school with white people. Okay, some of us don't even respect the sacrifices that our people have made. You dig what I'm saying? And it's like you don't look back to them holding hands and marching and stuff over there. Some people call Malcolm X, Martin Luther King a coon, and oh he was weak and he was this and he was that. You know what I mean? I like Malcolm X. He did everything with a rifle. Okay, you might not like Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther King and his sacrifices and his peaceful movements is the thing that ushered this country into some of these things that of where we at right now. You dig what I'm saying? And you might say, well, I don't like it, I don't do this and I don't do that. But listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of us are better off than what they were for him doing what he did. So number one, when it comes to black excellence and Black History Month, man, respect the people that made sacrifices. You dig what I'm saying? And not only that, number two is celebrate our ancestors, the history of them, for being smart, for being engineers. Man, when you go back, not just the sacrifices, look at all the things that they created. Look at our culture. You dig what I'm saying? Where we get our swag from. You dig what I'm saying? From Perm, the Madam C.J. Walker, she's got a theater in Indianapolis. But you dig what I'm saying? If you ever watch the PBS when they do like the documentary on her life and about the perm and everything that she was doing for like hair, you dig what I'm saying? We got some important black people, man. That's you dig what I'm saying. That really put on. That's here and did some beautiful things for this country. And it's just like if you look at somebody today, they don't understand the sacrifice or the history that they made that now we living. You dig what I'm saying? We actually get a chance to live. You dig what I'm saying? And we get a chance to make money and do things and step out here and take some chances because we got a chance to sit on somebody else's shoulders. I didn't get a chance to make it to the Black Expo this weekend. I was cutting hair, and I seen a little bit of it what people was posting on the internet. So shout out to Lachelle Guy and them who be doing their thing over there. I seen a choir over there singing. I think Donald Hinton, he might have been over there. I'm not for sure, but he might have been doing his financial literacy 1-on-1. Shout out to him. Donald always doing big things with that because he's always going back and reaching out for the kids. And so listen, uh those type of things, what I mean, we need to get out and support. What I mean, I wish there was a way that I could have got involved with it, maybe set up a chair and went over there to cut. But that's my black ignorance for not checking it out. You dig what I'm saying? So okay, let's keep it moving. um Another thing that I like about black people is the comeback. What I mean? Black excellence mean comeback. You dig what I'm saying? And if you know what I mean by that, I'm saying how many times you fall down and how many times you can get up. You know what I mean? We some of the most strongest people when it comes to tenacity, being able to fight when your back is up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? When people count you out, we had like a couple of numbers there, and it dropped, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Black excellence versus black ignorance. We talking about, what I mean, good things about black people, the sacrifices in the history that people have made. But you dig what I'm saying? And not to shoot shots at other people podcasts, but guess what you love? You love to watch a podcast where it promotes ignorance. Because guess what? It's more entertaining to you now because we've been living in ignorance for so long that that's what's entertaining to you. You like foolishness. For real, for real, for real. You like foolishness. Now I like to laugh and I like to joke and stuff like that. But sometimes, man, we have to be serious, and we have to be serious about life. People love foolishness. And our people, man, we starting to struggle with that. Back to the comeback in the fall. Um, I love my father because he is like one of the strongest people that I know. My mom, she's very strong. And when I'm saying about that, I'm giving you like up close and personal, like examples of a person coming from like my father's side of the family on how they struggled with like alcohol addiction. You know what I mean? And I seen him sometimes at his worst. I seen him at his some of his lowest spots. I see my uncle Dickie. Liquor killed him. Liquor killed my uncle Larry. You dig what I'm saying? And for some odd reason, and I ain't gonna say for no odd reason, just that strong and that tenacity in him, Big Arnold, my pops, my biological father, he don't drink no more. And so it's like, man, sometimes when I be looking up to him and I be trying to tell people I don't drink, I be chopping it up with him on the phone. And, I might give him like little hints like, yeah, man, like I ain't putting that shit back in my system. You dig what I'm saying? But with me and him, the conversation is more personal because he'll be saying stuff because he called me Shook. So he'd be saying, yeah, Shook, man. He's like, man, like look at your credit, man. Look at what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, you'll start having more stuff. He said, you'll start feeling a whole lot better when you don't do that. And I'm not saying no other race can't bounce back and nobody ain't doing that, but we are a people of bounce back. You dig what I'm saying? And so no matter what you're going through, I'm just speaking for my people. Don't ever count us out because we fighters and we warriors. And I love that in him because now that I'm to the crib and I understanding what he's saying, these little gems that he was dropping on me, and now he giving it to me. Even when I was in the joint, he was telling me. And it's like I'm starting to see it like, fuck that bottle. Excuse my language. Remember we said we messing with it, but I'm like, for real, fuck that bottle. I ain't drinking that shit. And to each his own who can drink and who can handle it. But to me, I can't. You dig what I'm saying? And so I look up to him as inspiration and say, you know what? If my pops can do this shit, I can do this shit too. You dig what I'm saying? And when I look at him, he's still fresh to this day. You dig what I'm saying? He move and he groove different. He work hard. Me, I would like to work hard too, but I got a other lot of little shit that I like to do. I don't want to just be no factory worker, but other than that, he's inspiration. And so reason why I'm sharing that with y'all is because when it comes to black excellence, our people know how to bounce back and straight up. And if you struggling or you going through some shit, find you somebody and look at them and let them be your example and your inspiration, man. Ride somebody coattail. Because I'm telling you, that little stint that we went through in this country, you can't tell us that we didn't bounce back, man. You can't tell us that we didn't bounce back. Look how we living though now. Waniac, you living proof. You know, we done always got it from the mud. You know what I mean? And that's easy. You dig what I'm saying? And to tell you the truth, I hate to say it, but it's black ignorance. You want me to tell you why? And for this reason only. This is what it is. Because we were always businessmen. We was always hustlers. We was just going about it in the wrong way. Now, when I see you doing your thing and you all out in Cali, or you dig what I'm saying, you still fly to death, still doing your thing, but I see you in your truck. Guess what? The feds can't roll up on you now. I bet you they can't roll up on their truck and come take what you got going on. You see what I'm saying? And that's the whole difference between black excellence and black ignorance. Not saying that, you know what I mean, we all ain't gonna do something ignorant. We ain't gonna make a dumb decision. Yeah, it's gonna happen, B. It's in your nature, it's in everybody's nature. But what I'm saying is we got to get out that mind state of thinking, and that's gonna be on the black ignorant sides. But Waniac is proof of the bounce back and the comeback. Going to prison, coming home, and just bouncing back. Some people, man, you just can't count out. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of my brothers out there. Overstreet is one. You know, I got a chance last night to see Ramsey just passing down there by the Elks. And I had to shake his hand and give him a hug, man, and just tell him I'm proud of him. You dig what I'm saying? It's because he don't need me to tell him that. But as a black man, I am know, face to face and shake his hand with the job that he's doing with Rashawn Lee. And when I seen Overstreet down there with Lil Gary Welch, I had to shake his hand and give him a hug and say, man, I'm very proud of you, because we was out here in the streets. And I'm telling you, everybody know it and everybody that spit it. The success that Antoine Eccles was getting. It doesn't say that Antoine wasn't going to shine and he wasn't going to be, big on HBO fighting Bernard Hopkins. But if Overstreet wouldn't have went to prison, that was going to be the Quad Cities next up. So you had Michael Nunn. Overstreet was next up. Thank God for Antoine Eccles. We not shining. We're not taking no light from Cuz. Cuz was awesome. Cuz was a dog. And we were so proud of him to see him on HBO. I was just proud that even though he lost the fight to Bernard Hopkins says, ain't nobody never hit me as hard as Antoine Eccles. You dig what I'm saying? But guess what? We got to just tell the truth. We just keeping it 100. Overstreet was up next. You dig what I'm saying with the hands? He was the one that we was waiting for. Just like when we go see for Sean Lee and we anticipating for Sean Lee, it was Overstreet. We was waiting on him because we just knew this was a freaky talent that you hadn't seen. And so now it's a blessing to see him take that talent and give it to Gary Welch and give it to somebody else. Go do some time in the joint, come back home, bounce back. All right. I ain't about to jump in the ring with nobody. I'll still stretch you out here if you run up on him. I bet you it'll stretch you out. You dig what I'm saying? So stop playing with everybody. But this is the moral of the story. This is the bounce back of black excellence. Now he passing it on to one of the homies' sons. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be mindful of that. So I've already been talking to the lady about the building. I got the Father's Day thing on lock. I am going to get the building. You dig what I'm saying? And so us, the ones that done been through something that made it, like me, about to touch the 50 ball next week, if God willing wakes me up on March the 4th, I'm always trying to give it back to y'all. I'm trying to give it back to these shorties. I'm trying to give them something to let them know, like, man, don't come down this route that we come down, or don't go down that route, man. This little senseless shit that was happening to like Arius and Lin and these dudes, now they ain't gonna be here for their kids. Man, if we can do anything, that's black ignorance. Let's be black and excellent. Cause we smart, man. We listen, we already come from a messed up past and a messed up history. We already got the target on our back. Remember, we talked about that last week. Why not stand up on the shoulders of what our people just did in this country and what they've been doing? Look at that. Who knew that the Oscars was our show? That it was Oscar, a black dude who made the first movie in this country. And y'all done took our show. Y'all barely want to give us any awards, and it's us. You see what I'm saying? That's black excellence. And then it's tricked off with black ignorance. Like we didn't know, man. Instead of boycotting the Grammys, we need to be boycotting the Oscars. To tell you the truth, real talk. I was about to say something. I ain't gonna say that. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, listen. Pride, black excellence. Hold your head up. I don't care, man. Love yourself. A lot of times, man, we get caught up into these little things of social media and what social media look like. Man, love yourself, man. I don't care if you dark skinned, big nose, big eyes, big lips, whatever. You know what I mean? Have pride in yourself and have pride in your country. Have pride in your people, man. Your people are some beautiful people. Um, I'm gonna have to do the Bible study again about the lady Sheba, the queen, who was from Ethiopia, that brung Solomon, the richest man in the world, came and brung him all of these gifts when she heard about his knowledge and his wisdom. This was a black queen in Ethiopia way back in the Bible times that was just powerful and rich. And when you see boss ladies stepping up today, they shouldn't intimidate you. This is what they are. Women are incubators. They think great and they move great and they do great things. That's the reason why when women don't think like business minded or don't think powerful and stuff like that, it's a turn off to me. I can't, to me, because I need you. Because if I'm gonna be a king and you're supposed to be my queen, when God created you, you're supposed to be the incubator. So if I give you an idea, you're supposed to take that idea, boom, 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 multiply it, boom, give it back to me, then boom. Now I could take that and make that into to a million moves. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how we work when we a team, when we together. If you're not on your square and you're not thinking like a boss, if you're not thinking like a queen, you man, you out of your place. You dig what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna move together. We're not gonna do good. No. But I'm saying so take pride in yourself, love yourself. You dig what I'm saying? You said, hold on, we gotta post this one, Wayne. He says, if you just open your ears and eyes, this world with for real show you everything we need for perfection. There it is. You dig what I'm saying? Best said. So we're gonna leave that one up there for let them to read that. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why one of the reasons why I came home when it was just like I think a lot of people seen it in me. You know what I mean? I've always been a leader. I always moved and always grew. I just probably wasn't letting God use me and I wasn't using it for the right things. You dig what I'm saying? We was wilding, we was blunted up, we smoked up. And so I got a song that I'm gonna drop too, and I talk about it. And I stole an Alicia Keys beat. Um so I can't even think of it right now. I got so many songs I'm working on. But the model of the song is like saying, like God have mercy on me because I was going to the club using my mouthpiece to run game on women because I thought it was a challenge. It was cool to go in there to try to see how many women I can leave with. You dig what I'm saying? But not once did I ever try to take this mouthpiece and try to use it, to educate somebody. You know what I mean? And so he was dealing with me when I was in the joint, like, you using this for this or you doing this and that to be manipulative or to run schemes and scams, and at the end of the day I'm trying to get you to go wake some people up. People need to holler at you. You need to go tell them what I told you to say. You dig what I'm saying? And so that falls under the line of pride. And also educate yourself. Black excellence is educating yourself. Man, stop. Don't ever stop learning. I love that about G Nice. And G Nice always about that. He's always reading books. When I first came to the crib, the dude used to send me books. And I just picked up another little book the other day. And it's about this dude that just came home from the joint, and it's dope. And I love people who read books because when you read books and you educate yourself. I was just telling somebody this. They were saying they was getting ready to go back to school for something. It's my man SPZ. SPZ, what's up, baby? Because one thing about him, he's always trying to learn. He was just telling me, now that he got his CDLs, you dig what I'm saying, and he did this, he then got certified and doing so many different things. They've been calling him about going back and getting the culinary arts license. And I'm like, you got to, because it's your passion. So why not, now that you didn't conquer the CDLs, go conquer the culinary arts? You dig what I'm saying? That's how I was doing. Like, all right, boom. So when the insurance agent thing didn't jump off, boom. I'm getting ready to, as soon as I come back from my birthday, I'm getting ready to go for graphic designs. You dig what I'm saying? I'm finna figure something else out. You dig what I'm saying? And then my man come over here and he showed me how to mix down. Oh, I'm finna take this music thing to a whole different level, bro. Because I love music so much. It's just that I'm sitting up here with a bunch of equipment that I'm trying to YouTube and then do it over here, and I'm not getting it. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't learn like that, so I need a hands-on type approach. And so God just sent me one today. I just cut his hair, him and his boys and stuff like that. Just the same way he needed me, I told him I need you. And so I always be mindful of that. He says, "Thick face, black heart, must have book." Oh, got to on the book. I'm gonna post that one because educate yourself. Always be willing to learn. Always be ready to step up, because that's one thing about education. They can never take that from you. You dig what I'm saying? What you store up in here, can't nobody get that from you unless you jag it off by smoking or popping pills. Some people can smoke weed and maintain their memory. If you can, good to you. I got a bad enough problem trying to find my keys in the morning. So listen, when I go to sleep at night, I have to put everything in like one place. Like I have to line it up and set it up so when I get up in the morning I can find it. Or other than that, I'll be out the way. So to each his own. But once you put it up here, nobody can take it from you. You dig what I'm saying? So make sure you educate yourself, because that's black excellence. And let's always be mindful to represent us. That's just like, say, for instance, when people go to the Olympics, you have no problem with representing the United States. You dig what I'm saying? Um, when kids go to school and like they put on little shows, or if they're in a play or something like that, they always looking for their parents, because they know I'm representing my household. When my people come to show up to watch me, I'm playing because I want that support, because that's who I'm representing. So when they call my name, you dig what I'm saying? Like Bronny and Bryce, when they come out there, they represent LeBron. They know, the world know who their dad is. You know what I mean? Now they got to be their own basketball players, but at the end of the day, when they step on that court and you hear that last name James, we represent that family name. We come to hoop because my dad is a hooper. Black people, we got to start representing black people as like we proud of us, man. Stop, you know what I mean, being ignorant, you know what I mean, to different things, man, and like, always trying to show out or trying to prove, okay, you'll get this little saying, or why you always gotta act ghetto. Nah, our slang and our lingo is us. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't feel like you gotta try to tone down your lingo, because I got some people that's from the South, and I love that country accent. Don't ever leave that. And certain times people say things, and sometimes we chop it up with each other, and that's just us. That's our vibe. That's our swag. We ain't losing that for nothing in the world. But what I will tell you is this: don't be afraid to go speak foreign. Whether you learn Spanish, French, or you speak Italian or whatever, you also got to know boardroom. You dig what I'm saying? And so when you go into a boardroom and you sit down with people, you dig what I'm saying? Just think about it. Jay-Z from Marcy Projects, but this man can sit down at the boardroom table with, you know what I mean, Roger Goodell and them, and still speak like where he from, but still make business deals and make business moves. You have to be able to be educated and be to the point where you can represent yourself as a black man, and you know what I mean, and still be important. You dig what I'm saying? And make people respect you and feel you. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was in the joint, I used to be on inmate council, and we used to have this lady named Kelly Collins, and she used to be opposed to like all the proposals that we used to do. Every time we try to write a proposal, type it up, she like nope, nope, nope. She turning down stuff, and then like so sometimes we would get in there with the warden, and so when you sit down with a meeting and you got the warden in there, you trying to give him everything because he got the stamp of approval to say, okay, yeah, we're gonna try this out. We're gonna let y'all do this. We're gonna let y'all do that, and so she used to sit inside the little meetings, the inmate council meetings, and she used to just be like shaking her head. And so, but the way I used to speak and the way I used to present my proposals, I don't have to be scared of this lady because she's white and because she's an authority over me. I'm a grown man. I got on an inmate ID and a tag, but guess what? I'm an educated black man. So listen to me. I'm gonna present this proposal and I'm gonna show you, you know what I mean, the ups to this proposal and why we should have it and how we can be safe about it. And at the end of the day, I can say what I want to say. Even if she turned it down, I can still speak up against her to the warden and let the warden know, like, well, I understand how Ms. Kelly Collins is feeling, but understand this, that we do this, we got such and such, you know what I mean? And I can present this proposal to him and let him know, like, just because she's an authority because she got on normal clothes and she called herself the executive warden of treatment and stuff like that, you don't scare me. I'm not scared of nobody but God. So when I sit down and I come to chop it up with y'all, I don't give a shit who you are. If you're a judge, I know the law. When I come to talk to you, you dig what I'm saying? Just like they try to take the bond money. I knew how to study to pick up the law. Now we had to go through a bunch of other hoops. That's neither here nor there. But I'm saying on how to look up these codes that they talking about. Okay, so this is what your law says. Now where is the loophole for the law? So when I go to this judge on March the 1st, I got a chance to sit there and say, okay, well, I looked at this and but judge, this right here is deceiving. You know what I mean? They gave us three options, but then under the three options, they pointed out the law that they gonna take the money regardless of the three options. So which one is it? You know what I mean? Leave the three options out of here on the bond money if you're gonna take it anyway. If this code says that you have the right to take my money and pay it to my fines, do it. You see what I'm saying? Remember, I was telling y'all about we bonded out of jail. I went back to court. I beat it, got dismissed. Now they don't want to give me my money back. Now they want to take the money and try to pay fines. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy. But meanwhile, what are we saying here? Represent your culture. We are smart people. Remember, I was telling you about the Queen Sheba who took my man Solomon all that wood and all that gold and all of that stuff to build the temple for God. When she heard what he was doing and she heard how much knowledge she had, this was a black woman and she was rich. You dig what I'm saying? I'm talking about way back in the days of the Bible when the Bible was being read. Solomon is the smartest king that God ever had on earth. You know what I'm saying? Because he asked God for wisdom instead of money. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, we since way back when, we've always been kings and queens. Act like it. Act like it, fam. You gotta stop, man, thinking that you gotta make moves with a gun. Or you gotta make moves, you know what I mean, with violence. Or you gotta try to down talk somebody or bully somebody. Or you always gotta hate on somebody because you see them making a move. Represent us, man, like we supposed to be represented, man. When I see people making moves and doing good things, man, I try to congratulate them. I try to love them, especially if they black people. I definitely want to see. I want to see everybody in the world win, everybody, because I think if God created you, you're important and you got a purpose in life. But my people, we've been down for so long, and we come from such heavy backgrounds and projects and buildings, and Section 8 food stamps, and I mean, just it's crazy. And then it's so deep that I didn't get the whole month to talk about it. You know what I mean? Some of the depression that we're going through, the ADHD, you dig what I'm saying? All the stress, all the rape, the mental um stuff, the mental depression that we don't ever get a chance to talk about. Growing up in a house with alcoholics and people that touch you, rape you, and do things to you, that verbally abuse you and break you down, you know what I mean? Because they stressed out about their circumstances and their situation. So when we say Black History Month, we telling y'all we've been through something and we still here. And now that we still here, why not be excellent? Because we are. I know I am. I don't know what you're gonna do, what you gonna do with your life, but I'm gonna be excellent every chance I get in my soldier rag and in my hoodie. Every chance I get, I'm gonna be excellent. Excellent dresser, excellent public speaker. I'm gonna try to be an excellent barber. Anything I do, I'm gonna try to be excellent at it. Fam, what you gonna do with your life? Be excellent, boy, and stop playing all the time. Go ahead playing with you. Black ignorance. Stop limiting yourself to a label. You know what I mean? Number one, black. So on some applications, they might say African American. Matter of fact, let's check out this other video because I want to tell you something. TD Jake said something that was so dope. Listen to what he said. And I had this one from like last week. I was trying to download it, but it didn't come. It came this week. Check this out. And then we're going to listen to this lady tell this joke. Hold on.
The desperate need we have to fit in, to be accepted, and all that we do to send out signals to the culture that we are one of them means that we are none of us. Anytime being one of them becomes more important than being you, you do not recognize that their acceptance is creating the erosion of your own identity.
And this got me thinking, it's like, if I could do it all over again, and God was like, hey, do you want to be born white or black? Which one would I choose? And I think I'd still choose black, and I know some of you are like, wrong answer, buddy. But this is why I'd still choose being black. Number one, black people are genetically predisposed to aging better because we have melanin in our skin, which protects us against sun damage. Number two, that's it. That's why I'm choosing. Oh, I'm shallow. And black don't crack. It's been proven by scientists. So white guys in lab coats, so we know it's for reals, right? Don't get me wrong. White priv, it's amazing. But it ends at skin, And that's...
Now, she joking a lot, She played she played a little bit too much. I thought it was funny. But let's start with TD Jakes. He says to deny like what we are, you know what I mean, or to try to exist in a culture, the other culture, is an erosion, and it denies of like us of being who we are. Now we already separated, right? When it comes to God, God is a spirit, and so none of this is gonna matter when Jesus coming back. But while you living here, you dig what I'm saying? These are different types of things that will challenge your mentality, and it will make up, your DNA of like who you are and who you be, because you can't escape it. You black and you in America. And so how you gonna get around that if the police pull you over? That you nervous because they'll do something to you. It's been a fact. They've been doing that all their life. So, but we ain't gonna never escape from being black. But what we gonna do, we're gonna be black excellent. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I was talking about educate yourself. And so when we talking about verse ignorance, you got to know how to talk to police. You dig what I'm saying? And why be ignorant knowing that this person can take your life and then they can go home and they can go to sleep? What's the name said something that was so dope at the end of his video. He says, we have power, but we don't know. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like you see that with like so many like young brothers and so many like young sisters, man. It's just like y'all got so much power and y'all not using it. And what I mean by that is just like some of y'all are so talented and you settle for nothing. You know what I mean? You settle for nights of drinking and smoking and laughing and playing. You dig what I'm saying? And I used to do that. So I'm not trying to kick you down or talk down on you, but I'm saying you have the power. You know what I mean? Especially like now. Remember we was talking about the sacrifices and the different things that people have been through so you can be afforded these opportunities that you got right now, and you taking these opportunities and you blowing them. And so me and my daughter, we was having a conversation today, and every now and then when I see her active, I be joking with her and I say, what you doing? Drinking and smoking? Sinning. And so we'll go back and forth and stuff, and so we talk crazy to each other. But so we was having this conversation with her today, and I was telling her, I said, listen, man, um keep these jobs. You dig what I'm saying? Try to figure it out on how when you work in a job to try to stay at a job, because when you get this job and you work it for 2 years, that's a boost, like, you know what I mean, to help you when it's time for you to go take out a loan or when you want to do things. People see your job history and they know that they can loan you stuff because you can keep a job. And when you can do that, you keep this job and you get to doing different things. This is how you build your credit. You know what I mean? And I was telling her, she was like, how should she check her credit score? Now she's only 20, but she should have been on top of this, you know what I mean, like a long time ago. But it's now or never. Start now. You dig what I'm saying? Checking out your credit score, taking this power that y'all got and doing something with it. You dig what I'm saying? Start teaching y'all kids, man, on how to get their credit scores up and how to maintain a job and to stay stable in a job. Because what you're trying to do is, you know what I mean? And not don't mean that I'm trying to be white. Nah, what it means is that I'm being black and I'm being excellent and I'm taking this power and I'm finna get myself stable. I'm finna build stability. And next thing you know, I'm finna come up. And when I come up over here, I'm gonna level up over here. Then I'm gonna level up over there. And stop just letting, other people. I'm just saying other people, but like let this race just like feel like, everything is in their favor. When now you got the opportunities. Yeah, you gotta work a little bit harder for it. But you got the opportunities. So you better use that power. You better start trying to figure this thing out. You better educate yourself. When you figure out one thing, man, listen, and you master that, go pick up another trade. Some of y'all sitting around just working jobs and you won't even go get a trade. All thing you gotta do is go to school, man. Sometimes it could be from 3 months to 6 months to like a year, 8 months or anything. And you could pick up a certificate that'll go get you a job that'll be paying you into like late 20s, early 30s. And you sitting up here picking up these little regular factory jobs here and there for like 17, $18, $19. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't no benefits really coming with that, no nothing. When the only thing you had to do is go pick up a trade, man. This is black ignorance. Our people got to stop thinking like that, man, and start making moves. Start thinking like bosses, man. Start thinking like kings and queens and start stepping your game up. Respect for parents. That's the last thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I got some more hair to cut in like 3 minutes. I gotta go cut another head. That's what you call black excellence. It's my man's. He's got to go out of town, and he's a client, and he's a consistent client, and he pays. and he needs me. And so that's what we're gonna do. I couldn't get him to earlier today, so I told him like when I get done with the podcast, I got you. And so that's what we doing. I grind. I'm trying to listen, man. I don't never cease to stop making money, and I'm not just chasing the money. I'm just trying to make sure that I can get this together so I can make other moves and level up. You know, somebody gave me this statement one time. They said, "Do what you got to do until you can do what you want to do." And I'm taking that one and I'm running with it for sure. But listen to this. When I was growing up, we had mowing. My grandmother, Polly Ann Grice. We had my great grandmother, Mom Betty. She was mean as hell, but we respected her. Only time we picked with Mom Betty is when we was trying to get a laugh, or because she was kind of like mean to us. But like my grandmother, Polly Ann mowing, a lot of people had big mamas. You didn't play with her. You dig what I'm saying? You didn't play with her. You didn't play with your uncles and your aunties or your parents. Nowadays, man, it's a very ignorant thing to disrespect your parents. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna give it to you raw. It's very ignorant to disrespect your parents. You got to get out of that because when you disrespect your parents, not only do you shorten your days on this planet, but it's black ignorance because we come from a nation and we come from a people, and I'm not going to say all of us is from Africa, some of us Caribbean, some of us that came from like different ports and stuff like that. But if you go back into history, respect with our parents is a very big thing. You dig what I'm saying? And it's the respect thing is so big that, you know what I mean, it troubles me when I see how disrespectful the kids are today. And it just lets me know how far we are away. And that's just one thing that, you know what I mean, I think we got to nail back down. And I think like our kids, like Nubia, you know, all of our kids, your kids, anybody that's got kids now that we got these grandkids out here, you got to get it to the point where you got to get that respect back with your kids because the world does not care. You know what I mean? They will kill your kids. You know what I mean? The world. And I'm not saying they as if it's a person. I'm talking about the streets will kill the kids, police will kill your kids, just ignorance in general. You dig what I'm saying? And this is kind of universal to all kids. It ain't just black kids that's like that. But I'm telling you, coming back from where I'm from, we used to be respectful to our parents and to our grandmothers. We didn't, you know what I mean? Your ass would get knocked out. You would get whooped with some of anything in this world. And so when we say black excellence versus black ignorance, um, we got to start being better leaders and better parents. We got to start teaching them better. You dig what I'm saying? Because the only way that they're gonna get ready or prepared for this world, and not only just that, with this color of skin that they got, it's extra hard on them. So you can't afford to slack up. You can't afford to be easy. You can't afford to, you know what I mean? Well, be light or, you know, be slack when it comes to disciplining them and holding them accountable to their discipline. You have to stay on top of them and make sure that they know what you mean and that you mean what you say. And that because when they go out into this world, they can understand that this. And I'm gonna tell you something, that respect that my grandmother and them used to teach me back in the days, or like my auntie Marianne or my uncle Henry, growing up in their house, the little things, the lessons and stuff that I learned from them. When I went to prison, it carried me a long way because when officers in the joint try to talk crazy to you, I learned a long time ago, if you killed them with kindness, you would fuck their whole head up. Excuse my language. Let's get that out of there. Eh. Okay, you would mess their head up. So a lot of times you don't have to be, okay, he coming at you hardcore. You ain't got to come at him hardcore. Because guess what? You ain't finna win that battle. You dig what I'm saying? So if you kill him with kindness, like, okay, you know what I mean? Or, you know, when they say do something, if you get up and you just like do it, you know what I mean? Now, if they being irate or disrespectful, all right, I'm I know that paperwork, so I can file paperwork on you. But a lot of times they come in and somebody is being a knucklehead and they mess it up for everybody. All right, shut the tables down. Everybody lock down. Move and lock down and do what they say that they're gonna do. Because I learned this when I started showing them like that level of respect that I started having for like my parents and them and the stuff that they showed me how to do, they respected me back and they gave it back to me. And then guess what? By me doing that, God just started opening up doors. He started opening up favor. You know what I mean? Like when I used to travel and like go to hospitals, they just like, this is Christ. Christ cooler than a fan. Sometimes, man, they wouldn't even putting the handcuffs on me and doing little stuff. They'll leave them so loose because they like, man, fam ain't finna. You know what I mean? It's certain things that we know about him. We've been around him for like about 3 years, man. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how people treat you. So when I'm saying get that respect back for your parents and make sure that you're teaching your kids respect. Because when it comes to black ignorance, that's one of the downfalls that we have right now. When you see our culture is losing because of that. You dig what I'm saying? There go my haircut right now. What's up, my dude? The door is open. Come on in. All right. All right. So listen, that's my haircut. Um, Black excellence versus black ignorance. I love y'all. If I could tell y'all anything, man, listen, it's Black History Month, but we got to be black every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, every single minute, every single hour. But you got a lot to be proud of. You dig what I'm saying? And if you fall down, you got a lot of examples to get back up on your feet and strive and make yourself better. You dig what I'm saying? We are the bounce back people. Can't take that from us. We strong. We tenacious. Man, we so creative and so eventful. You know what I mean? Just like look at how LeBron James is creating history. That's one of the things I was going to talk about when she was like, black don't crack. I was like, look at that man, 39. Look how he playing basketball like right now. It's amazing. And so we celebrate him and we happy for him. But I'm saying not only do we celebrate him and be happy for him, be happy for yourself. You know what I mean? Be happy for your family, for your peoples from where you come from. You know what I mean? Live your life with your head held up high. Be proud of yourself, man, because we are a very unique people. We come from kings and queens. And to tell you the truth, we dope. That truth. I love y'all. I'm gone.